Okay, hello everyone. So finally we are here with part B of the first MTP of December 2022. So we'll solve the statistics part. We are done with the maths part. So before we start, as usual, a few rules. So in this video I'm going to explain everything in simple English, so language should not be an issue for anyone. Second is that, understand, you should solve this first by yourself and then come to the video, because otherwise if you're just learning from the video directly the MTP answers, then that is of no use in exam, because in exam you should be able to solve by yourself, right? Third is, we are going to solve this from exam point of view. So rather than concepts, we'll focus on tricks and tips. Okay, so we'll focus on solving every question within 1 minute, because I understand in the exam that is the most important, and at this stage when only 1 month is remaining for the exam, and even if you're watching in future, most likely chances that you're watching just before exam this video. So you should not waste too much time in watching a video of solving the question which is of 1 or 2 hours, because that will just take out your study time. So rather just focus on tricks, just understand how you can use your calculator to get everything within 1 minute and just move ahead, because ideally till now you should have covered all the concepts, right? If you're not clear with any concepts, or if you want to see detailed explanation, then I have already uploaded entire full batch and entire revision batch for free on the channel, so you can go through that. Okay, fine. Third is, in this MTP they gave questions section wise, so maths first, LR then statistics, and chapter wise also. So first statistical description of data, then central tendency, dispersion, and so on. So that does not happen in real exam. In final exam questions are mixed, so remember that, don't forget about it. Okay, and so let's start quickly. First, some theory questions will be able to solve fast, because if you are, see, for statistics you must be good with theory, because nearly half of the questions come from theory generally. Okay, so if you are good with theory, you will be able to solve them fast also, and you will get more time for maths also, right? Distribution of profits of a company follows. Now as per module it is bell-shaped curve, however the question is wrong. Okay, profits, distribution of profits of a company, it can follow any distribution, right? Any of these, or not even any of these, it can follow any shape. So they may increase, decrease, whatever. We don't know that it is bell-shaped only like this, but fine. As per module it is bell-shaped, so exam also take bell-shaped, don't forget. Next, median of a distribution can be obtained from. Median is a partition value. Median, quartile, decile, percentile, everything can be obtained from ogives less than or greater than type. So C is the correct answer. Frequency density corresponding to class interval is the ratio of, understand, frequency density is what? How crowded is the class, how crowded. So frequency divided by class length. So option B is the correct answer. In that class length of, let's say 10, how crowded is it? So let's say there are 20 observations, so 2 will be the frequency density. Cost of sugar in the month under the heads raw material, labor, direct production and others were 12, 20, 35 and 23 respectively. What is the difference between central angles? So pie chart, 360 is the total of central angles for largest and smallest components. Okay, so let's first see what is the total of this. 12, 20, 35, 23, that is 90, right? Total of this is 90. Smallest is what? 12. So 12 is for 90, then how much for 360? That will be the angle of smallest component. And largest is what? 35. So 35 for 90, then how much for 360? That will be angle of largest component. So smallest will be what? Fine, 12, right? Fine, so 48, and largest will be what? 140. So difference between largest and smallest will be 92 degrees. D is the correct answer for 64. 65. In a group of persons, average weight is 60 kgs. If average of males and females taken separately is 80 and 50 kg respectively, find the ratio of number of males to that of females. For this we have a very good trick. I have already uploaded a video of shortcut. You don't need to solve anything. Okay, males, females, average is 60. Just find the difference. Here difference is 20, here difference is 10, right? Take opposite of that difference, 10 is to 20, that is the ratio, 1 is to 2. Option D is the correct answer. No need to do anything else. 66. A train, I have uploaded a separate video for the tricks and shortcuts. Okay, so go through that, you'll find them on the channel. A train covered the first 5 kilometers of its journey at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour, and next 15 kilometers at a speed of 45 kilometers per hour. Then what is the average speed? For average speed we'll have to take harmonic mean, or what you can do is you can find total distance and total time and divide, or we can just find harmonic mean. Understand? So this is the speed, Okay, we have to take harmonic mean of the speed, but it is weighted harmonic mean because these are the weights. What is formula of weighted harmonic mean? Summation W upon summation W by X, right? So summation W is sum of weights, which is 20, by summation W by X, so 5 by 30 and 15 by 45, right? Do it on calculator only. How do you do it on calculator? First check denominator, 5 by 30 m plus, 15 by 45 m plus. That's it, don't do anything, m plus. It is stored in memory now. Now what we'll do is we'll take numerator 20 divided by MRC equal to, so 20 divided by the memory and then equal to, if you press that you get 40, B is the correct answer. Again, for calculator shortcuts of this, I have uploaded revision lectures on this chapter of central tendency and dispersion. Go through that so that you will be able to solve any of the central tendency measures or dispersion measures, SD, MD, QD, anything within 1 minute. Okay. 67. If 2x plus 3y plus 4 is 0 and variance of x is 6, then what is variance of y? Again, I have uploaded a separate video on change of origin and change of scale also. It is a very quick concept to learn, and in exam generally at least one question comes. Okay, so you can focus on that. So variance of x is given as 6. What is variance of y? So let's rearrange this first. Y will be what? Minus 2x minus 4 divided by 3, right? Just rearrange it. Take 2x and 4 to that side and 3 in the denominator. Fine. Now variance is 6. We know that standard deviation is affected only by positive value of change of scale. Okay. Change of scale is what? Multiplication or division. So for x, what are the numbers in multiplication or division? Minus 2 by 3, right? This is the change of scale. So for variance of y will be minus 2 by 3 will become plus 2 by 3 because it is absolute value into sigma x. Okay, but they have not given standard deviation, they have given variance. So variance of y will be 2 by 3 square, that is 4 by 9 into variance of x, that is 6. Sorry, 4 by 9 into 6. So 4 by 9 into 6 will be the answer. What is it? 2.666, or option A, you can check. 8 by 3 is also 2.666, correct. 68. If standard deviation of 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10 is sigma, then standard deviation of 11, 12, 13 up to 20 is what? Understand? These numbers are nothing but these numbers plus 10, right? So we'll get 11, 12 up to 20. That means we are just doing change of origin. Change of origin was change of origin means addition or subtraction. Change of scale means multiplication or division. This was change of origin, right? So change of origin has no effect on SD. So same, sigma will be the answer. 69. What is SD of following series? Now you should be good at calculations to get this answer fast. So what is formula of SD for frequency data? Square root of summation fx square upon summation f minus x bar square, right? So let's find x bar first. We need class mark, right? So 5, 15, 25, 35, that is the midpoint. How do we find x bar? X bar is summation fx upon summation f, right? Summation fx, so 5 into 1 m plus, 15 into 3 m plus, 25 into 4 m plus, and so on. Let's do it. 5 into 1 m plus, 15 into 3 m plus, 25 into 4 m plus, 35 into 2 m plus. If you press MRC, you get 220 upon summation f is what? 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 4, 8, 8 plus 2, 10. So 10 is the sum of frequencies. 220 by 10 is 22. So we have 22 square here. Fine. Let's find this part also. Summation f x square, that is what? X square into f m plus, 15 square into 3 m plus, 25 square into 4 m plus, 35 square into 2 m plus. Let's do it. 5 square into 1 m plus, 15 square into 3 m plus, 25 square into 4 m plus, 35 square into 2 m plus. If you press MRC, you get 5650 divided by 10, that is 565. So now let's do it on calculator. 565 m plus 22 square m minus. If you press MRC, you get this as 81. So root 81 is 9, and 9 is the correct answer, option C. Okay. 70. If the difference between mean and mode is 69, then the difference between mean and median will be what? Now they have to specify that this is only for moderately skewed distribution, because only then this empirical relationship works. What is the empirical relationship between mean, median and mode? Mean minus mode is equal to 3 times mean minus median, right? So we know that 69 is equal to 3 times of this difference. So that difference will be what? 69 by 3. 69 by 3 is 23. Option C is the correct answer for 70. Okay. Next, 71. If all the observations of a distribution are increased by 6, then variance will be unchanged. Okay, they have again given question on change of origin, change of scale, because increased by 6 means change of origin. Change of origin has no effect on measure of dispersion. Which measure of dispersion is based on absolute deviations only? So mean deviation, formula of mean deviation itself is based on absolute deviations, right? So mean deviation is the correct answer, option C. Calculate the value of third quartile from the following data. So third quartile is what? For series of values, third quartile is n plus 1 by 4 into 3, this observation, right? So how many observations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 plus 1, 10. 10 by 4 into 3. 10 by 4 into 3 is what? 7.5, right? Correct. So we need 7.5th observation. 7.5 means what? 7th observation plus 8th observation divided by 2. Average of 7th and 8th. Now we have to arrange this in ascending order first, because it is not in ascending order. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7th observation. This is 8th observation, right? So 35 plus 40 by 2 will be 37.5. That will be the answer. So 37.5 is not in the options, but that is the answer. Okay, 37.5. Options are wrong for question 73. Next, the mean of 100 students was 45. That is, x bar, which is summation x upon n, is 45. Later on, it was discovered that marks of 2 students were misread as 85 and 54. So these are wrong values, instead of 58 and 45, which are correct values. Find the correct mean. Okay, so we know that n is 100, right? So what will be sum of all the marks? Summation x will be 45 into 100, which is 4500. Now all the marks are added in this, right? 4500. So let's do one thing. Let's subtract the wrong marks and let's add back the correct marks. So let's subtract 85 and 54 and let's add back 58 and 45. Let's do that. 47500 minus 85 minus 54 plus 58 plus 45. That gives us 4464. So new mean will be what? 4464 by 100, which is option C, 44.64. Okay. Next, 75. The arithmetic mean and coefficient of variation of data set X are respectively 10 and 30. Okay, so this is X bar and this is CV. CV is what? Sigma by X into 100. Fine. Sigma by X bar into 100. Sorry. Okay. Then they are asking what is variance of 30 minus 2x. Again, change of origin, change of scale. Understand, for this data, X bar is 10, right? And we know that CV, which is sigma upon X bar into 100, is 30. But X bar is given as 10. So what will be sigma? Sigma will be 3. Check. Fine. So let's find for new data. Variance of 30 minus 2x. Understand, this 30 is change of origin. Why? Because it is added. So we can ignore that. Variance is only affected by change of scale. Change of scale is multiplication or division. Okay. So change of scale is this minus 2. So new SD will be what? 3 into positive 2. Because we just saw that variance is only affected by positive value of change of scale, not the negative value. Right. So 3 into 2, 6 will be the standard deviation. If standard deviation is 6, variance will be 36, option D. Okay. You should not spend too much time on such questions. Just finish them off one by one within 1 minute. Okay. Approximate ratio of SD, MD, QD is. Okay. Now this is not given anywhere in the module, but you should know that just like there is empirical relationship between mean, median, mode, we have an empirical relationship between SD, MD, QD, which is like this. 4 SD is equal to 5 MD is equal to 6 QD. This is empirical or approx relationship based on observations, not exact relationship. Okay. So if we take only these two, then SD by MD should be 5 by 4, right? Check which option gives SD by MD as 5 by 4. 2 by 3 not correct. 3 by 4 not correct. 5 by 6 not correct. 15 by 12, if you check, that is 5 by 4, because if you divide by 3, 3 into 5 is 15, 3 into 4 is 12. So probably C is the option. Let's check for MD and QD also. MD by QD should be equal to 6 by 5, right? So let's check if MD by QD is 6 by 5. Yes, 12 by 10 is nothing but 6 by 5 if we divide by 2. So C is the correct answer for 76. 77. The geometric mean of three numbers 40, 50 and X is 10. Then value of X is what? Okay. Geometric mean of three numbers means what? 40 into 50 into X and cube root of this, right, is equal to 10. Because geometric mean is what? Product of numbers raised to 1 by n. Okay. So let's take cube of both sides. So cube root will be removed. 40 into 50 into X is equal to 10 cube. 10 cube is 1000. So let's divide 40 and 50. So 1000 divided by 40 divided by 50. That gives us 0.5. 0.5 means D is the correct answer for 77. Okay. Next, 78. Difference between upper limit and lower limit of class is known as, out of these options, if you see, difference is only class size or class, understand, it has multiple names, but in this class size is the correct answer, because range is what? Difference between boundaries. Class mark is what? Midpoint. Class boundary is what? The upper or lower boundary. So C is the correct answer. Fine. So class length or something would also have been correct answer, but it is not there. Range is what? Upper and lower ka difference divided by 2, right? So that is also not correct. So C is the correct answer. 79. Let P be a probability function on S which is defined like this. Okay. Now there is an axiomatic definition of probability in the module. If you have studied, there is an axiomatic definition which says that a probability function can be defined like this if these values are mutually exclusive and exhaustive. That means what? Total of these three should be equal to 1. Total of probabilities of these three should be equal to 1 probabilities. So now they have given probability of first one is 1 by 4. Probability of second one is 1 by 3. Probability of third one is not, or okay, rather actually they have given probability of first one as 1 by 4. Probability of third one as 1 by 3. Probability of second one is missing, right? But if you know axiomatic definition of probability, then the total of this should be 1, right? So we can just find the answer. No need to do anything cross multiplication. I think you have calculator, right? So 1 m plus, then 1 by 4 will be subtracted, right? So 1 by 4 m minus and 1 by 3 m minus. If you press MRC, you get this missing value of 0.416 recurring. So check which option is 0.416 recurring. 5 by 12 is 0.416 recurring. Option A is the correct answer. Next, 80. A speaks truth in 60% of the cases and B in 90% of the cases. Okay. In what percentage of cases are they likely to contradict each other in stating the same fact? This is from module only, right? Where it is from is not relevant, because in exam anyway, all questions will be new. In exam, if you know, oh, this question was from module or this question was from MTP, that is of no use to you. You should be able to solve what is in front of you. So focus on that so that you will be able to score well. Okay. So probability of A is given as 0.6. Probability of B is given as what? 0.9. Contradict each other means what? Either A will speak truth but B will lie, or B will speak correct or A will lie, right? So can I say either A dash and B or A and B dash, right? We can convert or and into plus minus. Again, I have uploaded a separate video on this revision batch for probability chapter. Go through that, permutations as well. A dash will be what? 0.4, and is into, B is 0.9, or is plus, A is 0.6, and is into, and B dash is 0.1. Okay, simple. So 0.4 into 0.9 m plus, 0.6 into 0.1 m plus, MRC is 0.42, which is 42%, option B. Next, 83. A candidate is selected for interview for 3 posts. For the first, there are 3 candidates. For the second, there are 4, and for the third, there are 2. What are the chances of his getting at least 1 post? Okay. So at first place, there are 3 candidates. That means his probability is 1 by 3. In second, his probability is 1 by 4. And in third one, his probability is 1 by 2 of getting selected. Now we want what are the chances of his getting at least 1 post. Now at least one means either this or this or this, or any 2 of them or any 3 of them, all 3 of them, right? But that will take too much time. Whenever you see question like at least one, always think in the opposite way. Getting at least 1 post, opposite is what? Opposite of that is what? Not getting anything. So what we'll do is 1 minus not getting anything. Okay. 1 minus not getting anything means what? 1 minus A dash and B or not B and not C. So that will be 1 minus 1 by 3 is A, right? So A dash will be 2 by 3 and B dash will be 3 by 4 and C dash will be 1 by 2. Okay, again you have calculator, so do it on calculator only. This do it on calculator first. 2 by 3 into 3 by 4 into 1 by 2. Okay, 0.249999 or 0.25. Right, so 1 minus 0.25 is what? 0.75. That is 3 by 4 is the correct answer. You can check on calculator. 3 by 4 is 0.75. Right? No need to do anything else. 82. A card is drawn from a pack of playing cards and then another card is drawn without the first being replaced. Okay, so there are two separate events, right? What is the probability of getting two kings? First, focus only on the first card. First card is what? There are 4 kings which can be selected out of 52 cards, right? So 4 by 52. And then so and is into, then another card is drawn now without replacing first card. That means now there are only 51 cards and now there are only 3 kings because we have already taken out 1 king, right? So only 3 kings. So this will be the answer, which is what? 12 by whatever it is, 52 into 51, which is 2652. Don't try to reduce it, just take it on calculator. 12 by 2652 is what? 0.00452, right? Check which option gives you that. First is obviously not correct. If you check, second is the correct answer. 1 by 221 is also equal to this. 83. The probability of a man hitting a target is 1 by 4. If he fires 7 times, what is the probability of hitting the target at least twice? This is binomial distribution and looks like it is a bit lengthy, right? At least twice. Okay, first of all, binomial distribution, number of trials is 7 and probability of success is 1 by 4, so probability of failure is 3 by 4, right? Probability of hitting the target at least twice means 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 times. That will take too much time, so think in opposite way. What is opposite of at least twice? At least twice, opposite of that is less than 2 times, right? Less than 2 times means probability of hitting 0 times or probability of hitting 1 time. Okay, so let's find this and subtract from 1. That will give us answer in a faster way, right? So 1 minus, what is probability that x is equal to 0? NCX, that is 7C0, 7C0 is 1, into P raised to 0, P raised to 0 is also 1, into Q raised to N, Q raised to N minus X, so that is 3 by 4 raised to 7, okay, fine, plus 7C1, that is 7, into 1 by 4 raised to 1, into 3 by 4 raised to 7 minus 1, that is 6, okay, fine. So this is going to be our answer. So let's try to simplify this according to them. So they have not found the exact value. So we'll also do what? Let's try to simplify this. That is going to be, let me write here, 1 minus 3 by 4 raised to 7 plus 7 into 1 by 4 into 3 by 4 raised to 6, right? So if you see from that square bracket, we can take 3 by 4 raised to 6 common. So what will happen is 1 minus 3 by 4 raised to 6 into bracket, what will remain now? 1 3 by 4 will be there because we are taking only 6 common, right? So 3 by 4 plus, now this is gone, 7 into 1 by 4 is what? 7 by 4. So 3 by 4 plus 7 by 4 is what? 10 by 4. So if you observe, the answer is going to be 1 minus 3 by 6 raised to 4 into 10 by 4. Or 10 by 4 is 5 by 2. So actually option A itself is the correct answer, right? 10 by 4 is nothing but 5 by 2. Okay. So next is question 84. If 5% of the electric bulbs manufactured by a company are defective, so probability of defective is 5%. Use Poisson distribution to find the probability that in a sample of 100 bulbs, sample is the number of trials, right? 5 bulbs will be defective. Okay. So we want to use Poisson distribution. We know that Poisson distribution, binomial distribution can be approximated. So if we assume that variable as x, then it will follow Poisson distribution with parameters n into p. So 100 into 5%, that is 5. Okay. So in our Poisson distribution, m is 5 and we want probability that how many successes we want, how many defectives we want, 5 defectives, right? Okay. So we know formula of Poisson distribution. e raised to minus m into m raised to x upon x factorial, right? E raised to minus m they have already given 0.007 into 5 raised to 5 is what? X is also 5, right? 5 raised to 5 is what? 5, take on calculator, 5 into and equal to 4 times, right? To get 5 raised to 5. So into and 1, 2, 3, 4, that is 3125 upon 120, right? Into 0.0. So 0.1822 is the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer, closest. Okay, they have rounded off, that is fine. Next is 85. In a non-leap year, probability of getting 53 Sundays or 53 Tuesdays or 53 Thursdays is, they ask this question for a lot of times, I don't know why. Okay, so in a non-leap year there are 365 days, understand carefully, 365, right? If you observe, 52 weeks is how much? Check, 52 into 7, that is 364 days, right? That means in a normal year, non-leap year, there is one extra day. There are 365 days, right? One extra day. So that one extra day, whatever that day is, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever, that particular day will be repeated 53 times. Okay, everything else will come only 52 times. But that one specific day will come 53 times, right? Because that is going to be repeated one more time. So we want, okay, there are 7 total days. Out of that, we want probability of getting either Sunday as that day, which is 1 by 7, or Tuesday, which is again 1 by 7, or Thursday, which is again 1 by 7. So 3 by 7 is the correct answer. Option C for question number 85. 86. Examine the validity of following. Mean and SD of a binomial distribution are 10 and 4 respectively. Mean is NP, SD is root of NPQ. Okay, SD is given as 4. So if we take square, they are saying NPQ is equal to 4 square 16. If, understand, if NP, that is mean, is 10 and NPQ is 16, then just see, if we divide these two, what will happen? NP will be cancelled. So Q will be 16 by 10. That is not possible because Q is what? Probability of failure. Probability always has to be less than 1. 16 by 10 is not less than 1. So this is not valid. For a Poisson variate, probability that x is equal to 1 is equal to probability that x is equal to 2. What is mean of x? In such questions, I have a good shortcut. I have also uploaded this in a separate video for Poisson distribution. This is a very good shortcut. If for any two consecutive numbers, probability is same, then the larger one is the mean. Okay, so 2 is the correct answer. Why? Understand why? Because this happens, probability of two numbers is same, only happens when both are modes. And we know when do we get modes like this? When it is m and m minus 1. Okay, so one mode is 2, another mode is 2 minus 1, which is 1. 2 and 1. So whenever there are consecutive numbers, always take the higher number, that is a mean. No need to think about anything else. So 87 is C. 30 balls are serially numbered and placed in a bag. Find chance that the first ball drawn is a multiple of 3 or 5. Okay, first ball only, right? So just we know that denominator is 30. How many possibilities are there that first ball is multiple of 3 or 5? Okay, 3 to 30, there are 10 numbers in total, right? So numbers which are divisible by 3 are 10. 3 or 5, or is addition. Numbers which are divisible by 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 6 numbers. But there are some numbers which are divisible by 3 and 5 both. So let's subtract those. What numbers are divisible by 3 and 5 both? 3 into 5 is 15 and 30. So two numbers are divisible by both. So 10 plus 6, 16. 16 minus 2 is 14 by 3, or 7 by 15 is the correct answer, option D. Next, for a normal distribution, the first and third quartile. Okay, so normal distribution, they have given first and third quartile as 37 and 49. They are asking what is the mode of the distribution. Now mean, mode, median, anything is same for normal distribution, which is mu, right? And we know what is formula of first and third quartile. First quartile, that is 37, is what? Mu minus 0.675 sigma. And third quartile, which is 49, is what? Mu plus 0.675 sigma, right? So we can just add these two. This will be cancelled, plus minus. 37 plus 49 is how much? 86 is equal to 2 mu. So mu will be what? 86 by 2, which is 43. Option C is the correct answer for question number 89. Okay. Next, 90. The odds in favor of an event A in a trial is 3:1. Odds in favor are 3:1. That means, understand, if we carry out that particular event, it will win 3 times but lose 1 times approximately. Okay. So out of total 4, it will win 3 times. So 3 by 4 is the probability. Okay. Now they are asking, in 3 independent trials, what is probability of non-occurrence of A? That means they are asking not A, A dash, and not A, and not A 3 times, right? So that is what A dash will be what? 1 by 4, and 1 by 4, and 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 into 1 by 4 into 1 by 4, that is 1 by 4 cube, or 1 by 64. Option A is the correct answer for 90. Next, 91. If 4y minus 5x is 15 is the regression line of y on x, and coefficient of y on x, always remember, if the line is y on x, it should always be rearranged as y is equal to something. Okay, so let's before reading the further part, let's rearrange this. So y will be equal to what? 15 plus 5x, right? And that 4 will go into denominator, so divided by 4. And coefficient of correlation between x and y is 0.75. Then what is the value of regression coefficient of x and y? Regression coefficient is what? bxy. They are asking. Fine. From this regression line, how do we get regression line of y on x? Y is equal to a plus bx, right? So that b of y on x line is going to be what? This b part, 5 by 4, right? Okay. So we have r, we have byx, and we want bxy. We know that bxy into byx is equal to r square, right? So bxy into 5 by 4 is going to be r square. R square is what? 0.75 square is 0.5625. So bxy will be what? 0.5625 into 4 by 5, or 0.45. Option A is the correct answer for 91. Next, if the regression line of y on x and x on y are given by this and this, then what is arithmetic mean? Arithmetic mean is what? We have to solve them simultaneously, the intersection point of those lines. So no need to solve, just go by options. Put 1 and minus 1. So 2 minus 3 is equal to minus 1, that is correct. And 1 and minus 1, so 5 minus 6 is equal to minus 1, that is also correct. So A is the correct answer, skip it. 93. If correlation coefficient R between x and y is 0.5, then what is R between x and minus y? Again, change of origin and change of scale. Understand, for R, how does change of origin and scale work? If a change of origin does not affect it, right? So change of scale, understand, change of scale for x, y, R. If we change scale of both of them by positive value, then R also remains same. Matlab. If we change both by negative value, R remains same. But if we change one positive and one negative like this, then R becomes R changes sign, change of sign. So if you see here, we have x, which is positive change of scale 1, and minus y, which is negative change of scale. So 1 is plus, 1 is minus. That means R will become opposite in sign, minus 0.5. Option C is the correct answer. Again, for change of origin scale, I uploaded a separate video, short video for 5 minutes. Just go through that. For a positive and perfectly correlated random variables, okay, that means R is equal to 1. One of the regression coefficients is 1.4. That means either bxy or byx, either of them is 1.4. We don't know. Standard deviation of x is 2. Then what is variance of y? Okay, now understand. We have a formula. Bxy is equal to r sigma x upon sigma y, or byx is equal to r sigma y upon sigma x, right? We don't know 1.4 is bxy or byx, right? So let's try both of them. If it is bxy, then bxy is, that is 1.4, is r is 1, sigma x upon sigma y. So sigma y will be what? 2 divided by 1.4. So sigma y is 1.428. They asked variance, right? Variance is square of that. So square of that is 2.0408. So in this way we are getting answer as 2.0408, which is not in the option. So that is, let's ignore this. Let's go to second one. Byx. If Byx is 1.4, then that is again R is 1, sigma y upon sigma x is what? 2. Fine. So in this case sigma y will be what? 1.4 into 2, which is 2.8. So if sigma y is 2.8, variance will be 2.8 square, which is 7.84. Let's check which is in the options. 2.0408 is not in the options. 7.84 is also not in the options. So none of these is the correct answer. They have made some printing mistake in this question. Okay, skip it. But either of these is the correct answer. If such question comes, you can do that. Okay, whatever is in the options, you can tick it. 95. For n pair of observations, the coefficient of concurrent deviation is calculated as 1 by root 3. Coefficient of concurrent deviations. Okay, fine. So just a second. Sorry. Yeah. So coefficient of concurrent deviations is what? They have given that there are 6 concurrent deviations. We know coefficient of concurrent deviations is square root of, it is positive, right? So let's skip that plus minus sign. 2 into c, that is 2 into number of concurrent deviations, minus m, that is number of deviations upon m, right? So let's say square of both sides. So we'll have 1 by 3 is equal to 12 minus m by m, right? That means m is equal to 36 minus 3m. So m will be what? If you just take 3m to this side, 4m is equal to 36, that means m is equal to 9. If m is 9, then 9 is not our answer. If m is 9, that means there are 10 pairs. Because for first pair, we don't have concurrent deviation, right? So B is the correct answer. Consumer price index numbers goes from 100 to 200 and salary of worker is raised from 300 to 500. Then what is real wage? Understand? From 300, ideally, if index number is doubled, then this should also be doubled, right? So 600 should be the real wage. So real wage is 600. But they have not increased that much. They have increased by only 200 rupees. So fine. That is not asked. They have only asked real wage. Real wage is 600. Next, 97. Circular test is known as. So in name itself you have the answer. Circular test is what? Year 0, 1, 2, something like this. Circle. Okay. Looks like a triangle, but still. So P01, 1, 2, 2, 0, 0, 1, 1, sorry, 2, 0, 1, 1, 2 and 2, 0. So A is the correct answer. Product of all those should be equal to 0. This is nothing but change of base. Okay, this is but nothing but extension of change of base. So just remember that circular way. 98. In the data group, Bowley's and Lasper's index number is as follows. Bowley's index number is 150, Lasper's is 180. Then what is Pasteur's? Understand Bowley's index number is L plus P by 2. Okay, so we have 150 is equal to 180 plus Pasteur's by 2. So what? 300 minus 180. 120 is the correct answer, option A. Bowley's index number is not given in the module, but they have given it in the additional question bank. So you need to study that. Lasper's index number is a weighted aggregate method by, sorry. Fine. So Lasper's index number is weighted aggregate method by taking what as weights. So Lasper's index number is what? Base year as weights, right? So quantity of base years, option A. Last, Pasteur's index number find. Okay, Pasteur's index number we know. Summation Pn and current year quantity is the weight and P0 and Qn, right? Okay, so let's mark this first. This is P0, this is Q0, this is Pn, this is Qn, right? So let's do it on calculator only now. Summation Pn Qn is what? This into this. So let's do it on calculator. 6 into 30 m plus 4 into 10 m plus 3 into 8 m plus 3 into 45 m plus. If you press MRC, you get 379. Divided by P0 Qn. P0 Qn is this into this. 5 into 30 m plus 3 into 10 m plus 2 into 8 m plus 10 into 45 m plus. If you press MRC, you get 646. So 379 by 646 is 0.5866, or if you check carefully, 58.66, which is not in the options. So yeah, again 58.66 is the correct answer. Cannot do anything for that, right? Not in the options. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this question bank. Okay, logical reasoning part I have not solved. If you need it, just let me know in comments. I'll solve that part also. Okay. So second MTP is coming on 28th November. So be ready with that because exam will be closed by then. I've also started uploading, some strategy videos. I also upload some daily MCQ videos. If you join the Telegram channel, you'll get MCQs for practice, a lot of MCQs for practice. If you just scroll up, you will see hundreds of MCQs there, which will be really good for your practice. So do join that. Now the important thing is solving random questions for exam so that you get a confidence that in exam you'll be able to face anything that comes your way. Okay, fine. So I hope this was useful to you. From exam point of view, you have to be able to solve everything in 1 minute, which we have done, right? Fine. So let's stop here for this question. If you have any doubts, let me know in comments. We'll meet in next video. Okay. Bye everyone.